Hi there, welcome back to the program. Well, an Australian company plans to lay over 15,000 kilometres of cables from Sydney to LA, allowing for faster internet speeds for Aussie, Kiwis and several potentially Pacific Island nations accessing US-based web services and apps. Well, Southern Cross Cable CTO Dean Veverka joins the program now. Dean, appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thanks for having me, James.
Talk to us about cable, the advantages of cable, and are we using them now, and why are they different to other forms of accessing the internet?
One of the common held beliefs is that a lot of communications is done via satellite. Almost 98% of all telecommunications between countries is carried on submarine telecommunication cables. And this has been going on for the past 155 years. Satellites had a space for a while where they overtook the capacity on submarine cables, but the latest fibre optic technology provides lower latency, higher capacity and faster speeds than satellites can ever handle.
So what sort of speeds?
Our new cable will provide up to 60 terabits of capacity between Sydney and Los Angeles, and portions of that will be dropped off into some of the Pacific Islands like Kiribati, Samoa, Tokelau, Fiji and New Zealand as well.
And why to the US? Why do we want to connect to the US?
The US is still the heart of the internet, and most of the content still comes out of the US, and so all of our customers, and we provide to the largest ISPs and the largest telecommunications carriers to provide internet data, financial services, and the bulk of that still happens between Australia and New Zealand to the US.
Now, the basic background that I understand of the cable is you basically want it to be as straight as possible, don't you, with as few sort of bends and turns, because that gets a faster connection, is that right?
That's correct. We've already built 2 submarine cables back in the early 2000s. And the technology at the time meant that we had to island hop to get all the way to the US. Modern technology now allows us to go all the way from Sydney to Los Angeles in one direct line. And so that improves the latency, which is critical to financial services, can be critical for other internet services as well. And so we try to design the shortest latency, fastest route, and we follow the great circle distance of the Earth's circumference to do that. Our new design shaves about 20% off our current 2 cables that go to the US.
And are there already, other than those, your 2 existing cables, other cables that connect Australia to the US?
Yeah, so Southern Cross, we have 2 cables going from Australia to the US. They carry about 60% of the traffic out of Australia. There's 3 other cables off the east coast of Australia and 1 out of the west coast of Australia. So new cables are being planned all the time to cater for the increased demand of internet and data services.
And are they all now going to be going on this exact same route, or is yours going to be different? And if yours is going to be different, won't others just follow you? I'm just trying to figure out what the long-term sort of competitive advantage is going to be if you're looking at the importance of having that, most direct route.
Yeah, correct. So different cables go for different destinations. So we currently have some cables coming from the Pacific Islands, like New Caledonia, directly to Sydney. There's talk of the Solomon Islands coming directly to Australia as well. We're the only direct cable at the moment from Australia to the west coast of the US. And this 3rd cable that we will be building will enhance the capacity and ability for that. Other cables go up via Asia through Guam and Japan before they head across the top part of the Pacific. So there is diversity and security in the submarine cable network, and we picked the best route for the purposes that we wanted.
And Dean, look, just finally, what's the timeline for this? I can't imagine it's any easy task laying 15,000 kilometres worth of cable along the seabed.
Correct. These are huge critical infrastructure projects. They take between 2 and 3 years to plan, design, construct, install, commission and get up and operating. We started this project about June of last year and we expect to finish it in the second half of 2019. So considerable critical infrastructure projects like these do take time and a lot of money and a considerable effort by a big team of people.
It does, but I'm going to be honest, from starting last year to back end of 2019 sounds pretty quick for me. That's pretty good going. Dean, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Dean Veverka there from Southern Cross Cables. That is it for the program for this week. Thanks very much for watching.